Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I would like to introduce to you my running mate and Vice President, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand.
Thank you, and good morning to you all. My name is Kirsten Gillibrand, and I'm honored and thrilled to officially be part of the Clinton campaign as Vice President. I have dedicated the past 9 years to serving as a New York Congresswoman in both the House and the Senate. My goal as a politician, whether in Congress or the White House, is to portray American voices in legislation. As Vice President, I will push for policies that benefits our country as a whole, as well as individual citizens. I plan to focus on strengthening our economy, improving our education system, and keeping Americans safe. To stimulate the economy, Secretary Clinton and I will push for the creation of new jobs, as well as promoting Made in America manufacturing. Supporting small businesses by cutting their taxes is crucial in creating and maintaining a strong economy. And in order to reach this goal, we must strengthen our middle class by cutting middle and lower class taxes and raising the minimum wage. Educating our young on how to safely manage and spend their money is also necessary to ensure a prosperous future. I hope to create more college opportunities by lowering student debt for our American youth so they can achieve their dreams and build us a better tomorrow. I also plan to create more opportunities for immigrants, providing them with the resources they need by continuing to implement comprehensive immigration reform. Keeping all Americans safe, not only citizens, is a necessity. I am a strong advocate for stronger gun protection and regulation laws, and stopping the flow of illegal guns to better control and diminish gun violence. Keeping Americans safe overseas is also a priority of Secretary Clinton and I's platform. We have a responsibility to protect our nation, which can be done through creating and maintaining positive relationships with other countries. By carefully and responsibly using our military might, as well as using diplomatic techniques, the United States can reach this goal. I, Kirsten Gillibrand, as Vice President, will make sure to hear and represent all of your voices. I will work with Secretary Clinton and with our government to best benefit Americans across our nation. As a united country, we can work together and move forward. Thank you. Yes.
So I know that Secretary Clinton has stated her support for the Trans-Pacific Partnership. How do you stand on that?
I also agree. I do stand with Secretary Clinton. I think they'll create more jobs and boost our economy. Yes.
Being that the American political and government is a male-dominated field, and that you and Mrs. Clinton are both women, how are you going to plan to appeal to the male and make sure that you're not going to prioritize women issues?
Well, I hope that it's my qualifications that the voters are looking at and not just my gender. That's mainly. Sorry? Do you want to add a comment? Do you want to add a comment to that?
Well, Senator Gillibrand and I, when we focus on women's rights, we focus on every human's rights. So not only increasing the benefits for women, but also making sure that men and women are equal on the playing field as well. So for example, if we were to push for corporations to support women, we would also support for maternity and paternity leave so that families would be able to balance their family life well.
Senator Clinton and Senator Gillibrand, how do you plan to compromise and work with the Republican majority in Congress?
Do you want to take that? Do you take it?
Well, Senator Gillibrand and I have a lot of experience together in Congress, and as you may know, and as I have mentioned, I have served on various committees, as has Senator Gillibrand. Would you like to explain your experience in Congress?
I've worked on several different committees, both the House and the Senate. I'm used to working with both parties and compromising before, like I had before. Yes.
Now, both of you have or have represented New York. So how will you work to get the support of others more swing states?
I think our strategy focuses very much on listening to the individual voice. So our campaign strategy entails of going around the country and making sure that we do hear the voices of the citizens. We want to know what everybody's opinions are. So we would go to those swing states like many other politicians do. We would hold events such as town halls in order to listen to everybody's opinions. And hopefully through that and also through our social media campaigns, we will be able to effectively understand what it is that the people truly desire in their government system.
I have a question. This time it's directed at Senator Gillibrand directly. My question is, in the past I have heard that you are up for leaving the issue of legalizing same-sex marriage to the states, just as Marco Rubio. So I wanted to know how you would go about dealing with that issue if you were to become vice president.
Well, that is my personal stance, but I do think that compromise is possible, and I'm willing to work with the opinions of my constituents and Americans at what they want, and I will portray their voices, as I said.
So in 1996, I'm aware that you defended the use of tobacco, and it's dangerous. Do you have anything to say about that?
When I worked for that company, I was able to do a lot of pro bono legislation, pro bono cases. I was able to really work with different families and try and protect them, and that company gave me a lot of experience in working in casework, and I don't regret my time there. I don't stand for the use of tobacco, and I do think it's a dangerous drug, but that experience helped me learn how the legal system works as well. Yes?
As such a strong supporter of government transparency, what is your opinion of Secretary Clinton's email scandal?
I think that she's addressed and she's owned up to her mistake. I do not think that she should be, I don't think she should be penalized for it. I think that she's already released a statement. And of course, I don't think it was the best decision, but I think it's been addressed. Yes.
How do you feel about the concept of the bipartisan White House?
I don't know how effective it would be, as the Sanders and Bush have said. They'd be willing to compromise. Of course, compromise is necessary, but I think that it's more effective when you have the same policy goals in mind in the White House.
Yeah, I have a question about what your stance is on gun control, because the NRA has really rated you as in support of having you went from having supporting the strict gun control to more flexible. So could you clarify a little more?
Yes. Several years ago, they had rated me as an A, which meant that I was in strong support of gun control. But then, with the recent tragedies and all of that, and more gun violence occurring in the United States, my stance has changed. I'm now in favor of stronger gun control, and I'm now rated as an F by the NRA.